Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I've been your host, Siren Frost. And to finish off this deck profile weekly video, I decided to build another deck that has the nostalgic feel. And of course, we're doing Ren Suzugumori's Phantom Blaster Overlord deck. And believe it or not, you guys, when I was still in the process of playing Vanguard, not only was Oracle Think Tank or Pale Moon were my two main clans, but Shadow Paladin became my third clan, seeing as though it was the strongest deck out there, and I would like to do anything to get stronger. So, at one point in time, this did belong to Aegismare as well, but he discarded Phantom Blaster Dragon and Overlord and had Blaster Dark and Blaster Blade in the same deck, so that's why his deck is also known for Majesty Lord Blaster, which we'll get in the video next week once I build that deck completely. But to finish off deck profile weekly, I'm giving you guys a full updated deck profile of Shadow Paladin's Keter Sanctuary version Phantom Blaster Overlord. And again, we are not 100% sure what happened to these guys from Team Asteroid. I'm pretty sure him and Asuka might got married and have kids sometimes now, because you know how Asuka is with Ren. She's obsessed with him like completely, and even though he's a little bit of a dumbass, but he's a so good card fighter. So we'll just kind of see what happens. Maybe in the future we'll find out the story. But until then, this is what the deck profile I think is going to be like for him. So let's see what happens. So for right deck, of course, we got, of course, Fullbau. We have Blaster Javelin for our grade 1s. Blaster Dark, we have Ren's Avatar, the grade 2. Ugh. We have Ren's Avatar, Blaster Dark for grade 2. I can't speak for shit tonight. And I'm not even drunk. Crap. I need some more soda. Or caffeine or something. But on a real note, here's a grade 3, which is of course Phantom Blaster Dragon. And instead of me running 3 copies of him now, I only play 1 because there's more room for Phantom Blaster Overlord and maybe yet another unit. So this is the confirmed ride line for Ren. I believe this is very nostalgic. And when February comes around, we're going to be seeing Asuka's Pale Moon deck. And we'll also see Misaki's Genesis Minerva deck when Minerva Rising comes out. And Leon Story's fucking Maelstrom deck. I'm not looking for that, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to say, God damn it. Okay, on a real note. Sorry, I got a little salty there because Maelstrom, to be honest with you, is literally the only deck I hate. I severe hate him. Alright, so now for the main deck. Of course, this is nothing new, but this is going to be more of Ren's kind of idea. I know he loves his draw triggers, but this is going to be 8 crits, 3 fronts, 1 over trigger, and 4 heals. So, for the Keter Sanctuary heals, we're playing 4 Invigorate Sage. Now, I chose this one over the Heavenly Arceus deck because I believe Arceus is just for Bastion and it's just a theme for it. But I like the idea on this card too. So it's part of the set 5 collection, so I'm more than happy to read this effect. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 power in the end of battle. So this is exactly perfect to go up against Dragon Overlord the end, because Dragon Overlord does attack twice, so to speak. And this is good for against Flagship as well, because the number of attacks that Flagship can do, pretty much. Or if you really want to, why not do it against Bruce? You know, Barrow Magnus, whatever sounds really good in that situation. So that's why this card is just an essential and a situational kind of card. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Knight of Heavenly Hammer Gurgant. So, 4 of them. I cannot wait until we actually get the new critical trigger for the trial decks, because that will make this deck a little more Shadow Paladin friendly, so to speak, instead of using the cards that look like Royal Paladin, pretty much. Next, we're playing 4 copies of Blade Feather Dragon, which, like in my last video with the Burning Flare Dragon, a Flail Dragon, Blade Feather Dragon has the same ability as the dragon. Basically, when this unit boosts to rearguard at the end of the battle, this unit goes into soul and it gives 2,000 power to any unit you tell it to. Next, 3 copies of Bard of Heavenly Song Alpacc. I like the idea on 20k shields, and as long as your Vanguard and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3, there you go. So this card's perfect for that situational, and it matches more of a Ren's idea on guarding way too much, but instead of using too many cards, you just need to use this one and block situational type of units. And of course, finally, we're playing 1 copy of Light Dragon Deity of Honor's Amartinoa. I think it sounds correctly. But yeah, 1 of him, and the reason why I chose this one, because your rear guards are going to perform drive checks no matter, like, with this card. So, I guess you can say this is a very situational card where aggressiveness goes hardcore. You think Overlord is more aggressive. This deck so far is by far aggressive. I've been testing it out kind of crazy with my Vanguard buddies at the shop, even though our players has only had 3 members, or 3 or 4 members so far, which is sad, but what can you do? It can't be helped. So yeah, that is my trigger lineup for this deck. So now for grade 1s, now this is where you need some grade 1s in the deck. I'm playing 12 grade 1s. So we're playing 4 copies of Prohibited Sight Witch, Erunmes, I think. I don't know how you spell that name. But with this card's ability, it's a new one. So, when this unit is retired from rearguard by the effect of your Vanguard with Blaster in its card name, during your turn, Soul Blast 2. Choose one of your opponent's rearguards and retire it. So, here's the kicker. Soul Blasting, I'm not a big fan of. Because I'd rather have Soul Charge than Soul Blast. But this card is very situational. So, if you can't get the 4th copy off, you have 3 chances to retire your opponent's rear guards. No problem. As long as you have the cards in the soul, that will make it good. Hence why we have Blade Feather Dragon to finish the cost, so to speak. So yeah, she's still a good card. I was going to go for the other one, the Night Girl, but then I read her effects and I'm like, this is not needed. It's a blaster, but it's not needed right now. Next, for the next witch, we have Witch of Pandering, Brunner. So 4 of her. And because of her skill, whenever you retire a rearguard, retire for the cost, as long as your Vanguard with Blaster in its name in its card name, when this unit will be retired by your card's cost, it may count as 2 rearguards. So it's like a two-parter kind of thing. Instead of wasting another rearguard you could use to boost, she counts as 2. So this hoe can have not only big titties, but it can also take the damage. So among other things. Next, we have 4 copies of Complete Guard, Aegismare Dragon. So 4 of that card. Now, I also hear that we're going to be getting some new Complete Guards for the decks. Maybe some reprints, maybe some new arts. I don't know. But so far, this has been confirmed to be the only Complete Guard in Keter Sanctuary at the moment. Until we get the Set 6 or Set 7 collection. We'll just see what happens from here on out. But yeah, that is my grade 1 lineup. For grade 2, I am actually going to be playing 11 grade 2s. Now, I did say you only may need to run 1 Blaster Dark, but the full amount is not bad, especially if this whole deck is all about blasters. So, I'm playing 3 copies of Blaster Dark in this deck, just for the extra retirement skill and just whatever the Vanguard costs. 4 copies of my good favorite card, my all-time favorite, 4 copies of Skull Witch Nemain. You guys can argue that you just need to play 3 ofs. I say she's a 4 of just in case. Not a big deal. And she does have the nostalgic feel. And what I find very stupid about this card is the fact they gave her originally the same right here. 5,000 power and a grade 2 ranking. In the V series, they gave her the same power, but they reduced her by 1 grade 1. So, I guess it's kind of an easy good thing in the format, but I'm not so sure. And now in the D series, she came back as her full self as a grade 2 / 5k booster and a 5k attacker. So, but this new Nemain it's different. So I'll read you her effect. During your turn, if your Vanguard with Blaster in its name, if you have a Vanguard with Blaster in its name, this unit gets 5,000 power. When this unit is on rearguard, if your Vanguard's clan is only Shadow Paladin, counterblast 1 and put a card from your hand into your soul, and draw 2 cards. So again, this is where the soul is starting to accumulate with these kind of cards. I mean, you can actually play her in Metal Silver Blaster if you really wanted to for that extra skill if you want to go that far, but I doubt you need that effect. As long as you have a Vanguard with Blaster in his name, I'm pretty sure that's all you kind of need for this one. But we'll see once I build the Magic Silver Blaster. It's going to be a little tricky, but it should be fine. For the final grade 2s, I'm playing 4 copies of Darkness Maiden Macha. Just because this is one of the Shadow Paladins that Ren does play in the V series, and it does hold a personal theme for me because I did actually like her when I first saw her as just I believe she was an 8K at the time, 8K, 10K or something like that, but she was a very powerful unit when I first started. So yeah, that's kind of why I chose her. You guys can argue that her skill may be a little bit much, but as long as you have the Blaster in his name, I don't think it really does matter too much. So yeah, that is my grade 2 lineup. And finally for grade 3, I'm actually playing 7 grade 3s in this deck. Like 3 less than my Dragonic Overlord. So the only ones you kind of need at this moment, I think, is 4 copies of Phantom Blaster Overlord, which is a very sick-ass card. And I love the design of it too much. Like, it does have that killer instinct. And of course, you do get these little 10 anniversary type of stamps right here. So this card has been around for 10 years. There you go. And can you imagine how many reprints this fucker had? First, it was the original series. Then the V series. Then the D series. So I'm like, jeez, Bushiroad, are you going to start reprinting all these cards to become like what you want them? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, sorry for language. Anyways, this new skill is, if your soul has a Phantom Blaster Dragon in the soul, this unit gets +1 critical at all times. When this unit attack, well, only on your turn, sorry. Oh no, this is some actual effect. Okay, so it's stuck with it being a critical 2 unit. Okay, that was my bad. And then, when this unit attacks, retire 2 of your rear guards, choose a Blaster Dark from your soul or drop zone, call it to rear guard. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, that called unit and this unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of turn. So that's why the extra Blaster Darks are essential, because of that effect alone. And as far as the retirement skill, that's why you have this big titty bitch right here, Umer. She counts as 2 rear guards. So if you play your cards right, this is going to get the effect that you probably wanted. And then finally for grade 3, we're also playing 3 Blitz orders, which is Blessing of the Hell Dragon. Which of course this is a Shadow Paladin card, technically what Ren might use in the future where Overdress is a thing. And of course, I'll read you guys this effect again, just in case. Choose one of your Vanguards with Blaster in its card name, out name being attacked. And until the end of that battle, it gets 15,000 power. Choose one of your rear guards and you may retire it. If you do, that unit gets that Vanguard gets plus 15,000 power. So technically, you're going to be getting a total of 30k power right then and there as a bonus. So your Overlord's going to get pretty much beefy pretty much from there on out. So yeah, anyways, you guys, that is the conclusion deck profile video for my update of Phantom Blaster Overlord, and the conclusion of this week's deck profile video. I do want to say, I hope you guys do enjoy the videos I do create. It does really mean a lot to me when you guys do support me and have an understanding of what my cards can do, or what I feel like the cards are better in. You guys are more than welcome to your opinion. I welcome it very well. And, you know, my options or my opinions may not be the same as yours, but at least we all can share in common that I am trying the best I can for these decks and find the right recipes to see if they're going to be competitive enough or they're going to be good enough to play in tournament-wise. You know, just anything sounds fun at this point in time. So anyways, you guys, I've been your very loyal host, Siren Frost. Thank you guys for watching these videos. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, thumbs up for it, rate and comment. You guys know the whole drill. And don't be afraid to ask questions or leave a comment, you know, about what you think about this deck and what your thoughts are, what units you think are better for this in any situation and in the games at all. Anyways, you guys, that is the end of the video. I've been your host, Siren Frost. Have a good night. Make good choices. Be safe out there. And please, please be safe out there, you guys. I know the neurovirus has been going around like crazy. People have been going crazy for God knows what. Just be yourself. Play your own style of Vanguard. And just have a good moment to yourself. If you need to take a breather, take a breather. If you need some time, take your time. There is no rush, and no one should ever rush you on what you want to love to do. Anyways, you guys, have a good night, and I'll see you guys next week. Love you all. Bye, guys.